Hey there, Rockland Unified staff members. This is Ryan here, talking to you guys. Those of you who will be attending the GAFE Summit, the Roseville Summit, led by EdTech Team, which is the we often just call it Google Summit, all Google tools and more this upcoming weekend and at Roseville High School. So this is the third one that we've been going to, and we've tried this several different times in terms of thinking about what's the best way we can do a collaborative set of notes. How can we be able to write notes to ourselves? How can we share our ideas to people who are at this conference with us who were unable to attend a particular session, and even go back to our sites and be able to share some of the stuff that we saw, because we know that you often get very inspired and excited about the things that you see, but going back or even right afterwards, it's kind of hard to share out the passion. We've tried in the past doing a collaborative like Google Doc, but it just becomes oftentimes just a large unwieldy kind of a mess. So we're going to try something new today. We talked about this with some of the RET members, and we tested out a couple different ideas, and this is the one that I think we're going to give a shot at. So in order for this to work the best, we're going to need you guys to be able to participate in this. And so by participating means we need you to kind of use the platform and take notes. We're going to do a combination of two different tools, and one of them is this document right here, which is a Google Doc, and this is called the GAFE Collaborative Notes, and I got 4 directions that are going to walk you through, and I'm going to do that with you right now, because that's going to involve using a separate tool right here, and this one's called Padlet.com. And so what Padlet is just an open workspace, a place where you can simply drop sort of like a digital sticky note. And we are going to create a separate Padlet for each of the sessions that we attend. And let me show you how this works. So here's our first step. We're going to go to Padlet.com and create one. Let me show you what that looks like. If I go to Padlet over here.com, it goes to a dashboard. And if you don't have an account, you can set one up, and they're free. So I'm going to go over to the top right and go to New Padlet, and you can see here as it creates a new one, it's just an open workspace, and there's nothing on it. And it says double click anywhere. It said on the bottom, and then it went away there. If I double click, all of a sudden a little sticky note comes up. What do I want the title of this to be? This is going to be my note, and then write something. Here is something, and something else, something more, and so on and so forth. If I click outside, now it becomes a post-it note, little sticky note, and I can drag and move these all over the place. Okay, if I double click it, it pops up and I can see all of it. Click outside for more. And what's really nice about Padlet is that this is an open workspace that anybody who is here has the ability to drop in notes. So by simply sharing the address up here, if I could copy that address and give it to people who are in the same session, we all can start populating more and more of these notes. Okay? Now those notes are as is. You can see you have a title and some text that goes with it. But if I double click, watch what else I can have. I can have, let's say, an image. And what do I want this to be? I can do a microphone, an attachment, a video, a link. But look at here, I can click on an image and it says, what do I want to do? I can link from something from the web. I can upload a picture of my own. Go to my site and drag and put something up there and say, let's say I'm going to put in a particular image, and now that image is stuck to this. So now I have, here's the CapQ logo that can go with it as well. So let's go back to our instructions over here, and we can see I want you to title this Padlet GAFE, so it's easy to find, and then the name of the session that you're going to be in. So let's pick the first session here called Why Teach Failure, WTF. I'm going to copy the name of that and pretend that the Padlet I have created is going to be named that. So where do I put the name? If I go over here to the settings on the far right, I can get to some things. You can see I can share and export and add and create new ones. But on the bottom here, if I go to modify this Padlet, now comes up this. I can come up with a title, a description, and tags. I can even change the background if I want. But this is the main part right here. I'm going to put in the GAFE so we can remember, colon, and then paste in the name of that. And now up in the upper left hand corner, you can see there is the title for this. If I click back outside, now it's gone, but that is the menu item's gone, and now we have that as the title over there. So for each of these sessions, what we're hoping to do is create the title, put some notes in here, and then one more thing too is we wanted to be able to put the presenter resources. And now you should have this document. This is from the Roseville Summit, and this is the link to the different sessions. And each of these session titles will take you to the document that's associated with it. And so by clicking on this one, the Why Teach Failure, if I click on that, that comes to the session description. And for these ones, hopefully that most of the presenters are going to put their session information in here where you can ultimately find some of the stuff. So what we're asking if what you can do is let's link these documents. Watch this. I'm going to copy that link to this particular document. I'm going to go back over to our Padlet that we have here. Here we go. And then right underneath the session title over there, I would want to be able to double click, and we're going to call, can we put this on each and every single one, presenter. And then underneath that, we were going to paste this. Now watch what happens when I click paste. Because that's a hyperlink, that'll automatically make that into a hyperlink. I'm going to drag that. I'm going to click outside and then move it over here. And it's nice that you can move all these ones. Watch, by double clicking, by grabbing the edges on it, I can actually resize them a little bit, so I can make that just simply fit and nudge right under there. All right, so that's our presentation resources, and then we can start dragging and dropping all these different things over there. Images, videos, links. What I think would be nice to be able to do, let me change this one from more over here. I'm going to change that to more thoughts, let's say. And guess what I can put down in here? I can say, here is, let's say you put your name in here. This is Ryan O.D. Here are all my thoughts about this session. And guess what I could link that to? I can now link that to a separate document. I can highlight all of this. And look at here, I can bold, italics, and change some things, right? Make it into a list, but I can turn that into a hyperlink right here. Now I can link that to my Google Doc if I had much more things that I wanted to be able to add than necessarily on a sticky note. So in the end, what we're ultimately hoping for is, can we be able to have a series of these Padlets that will all coincide with this. So when we get in here, you were just going to see all, maybe not necessarily all of them, because we may not necessarily have people in on all of these different sessions, but the sessions that we had people to, these will all be hyperlinks. Now over here on the right hand side, you can see there's my name over here. We're going to want to get rid of my name. Let me delete that. And we want to be able to, the first person who was in there who have created a Padlet, we want you to be able to put your name. And the reason being is we trying to be able to think, if we got 10 people in a session, we don't know which person is actually going to create the Padlet, because you may not all necessarily know who's there and which people are Rockland or not. So first person into a room who's interested in making the Padlet for this particular session, you put your name right there, and that's going to call ownership. That means you're the one responsible. So let's say if my name was John Smith, I'm doing Getting to Know Your Chromebook. I'm going to put my name over here, John Smith. Now everybody knows, don't worry, John Smith is going to create that Padlet, and he's going to hyperlink that from here and put it on, and then we can all use that one. And how to be able to create that link, I think you all may be familiar with it, but let's say go to that Padlet again. Here it is. So this one is called Why Teach Failure. I'm going to copy that link. Then I'm going to go over to our session here. Here's Why Teach Failure. And then I turn that into a link. I can right click and go to link and paste that. And now that Padlet is ready to go. We're going to continue to do that for all the different sessions for the 2 different days. And in the end, hopefully this will be one document that we can share out with everybody and be able to use to go back and see our thoughts and ideas. If you have any thoughts or questions as we get closer to the Google Summit, please let me know or talk to your RET member. And hopefully we can look back at this as a place to review and remember the experience that we had. Thanks everybody, and enjoy your time at the summit.